Who is Dhul Qarnain? Allah says, إِنَّا مَكَّنَّا لَهُ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَآتَيْنَاهُ مِنْ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ سَبَبًا. Indeed, we gave him power in this earth. مَكَّنَّا, we gave him power. He could have control, meaning he was a type of king. And we gave him a path wherever he wanted to go. Meaning he had an army, he was able to go to any land he wanted to go. Some scholars have said that Dhul Qarnain was a prophet. But when you look at the story, and you look at this ayah, it doesn't look like it. Because when Allah describes Khadir, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, we gave him a knowledge from us. That is prophethood. When Allah describes Dhul Qarnain, He says we gave him power. And power is something Allah gives to righteous and unrighteous people. And if you look at the story, there's nothing that Dhul Qarnain did that really stands out as being something a prophet only could do. And so the majority position is that Dhul Qarnain was a righteous king. Dhul Qarnain was a good man. As Ibn Abbas said, he was rajulun salih. He was a righteous man whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given power to, a type of kingdom to. And Dhul Qarnain is not his name. Dhul Qarnain is his title. And Qarn means horn. So Dhul Qarnain, the one of the two horns. The one of the two horns. Why is he called Dhul Qarnain? Many are the stories given. Some have said he was the only person to rule over both Persia and Rome. So each of them is a Qarn, so they're Dhul Qarnain. Right? This is one opinion. So he's a mighty king that maybe sometime he controlled both of these lands. Another have said that Dhul Qarnain is called Dhul Qarnain because he would have his hair tied up in two, if you like, ponytails, if you like. And each one in the Arabs, they call a tail of the hair, they call it a qarn. So Dhul Qarnain, he has these two ponytails. Maybe in some cultures, they had the men have this, so he's called Dhul Qarnain. And others have given other stories as well, that he controls the east and the west. And in reality, we do not know. Also, there is this Islamic legend that is very popular, that Dhul Qarnain is somehow Alexander the Great. And the fact of the matter is that there is not a shred of Islamic or historical evidence that links Alexander the Great with Dhul Qarnain. In fact, quite the contrary, there's a number of things that do not fit at all with Alexander the Great and Dhul Qarnain. The most important of them, Allah describes Dhul Qarnain as being a pious Muslim, a good man, as a rajul salih, as Ibn Abbas said. And we know historically beyond a shadow of a doubt that Alexander the Great was a pagan idolater. He was an idol worshipper. His teacher was none other than Aristotle. Aristotle was the tutor of Alexander the Great. And these people were not believers in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They believed in a pagan religion. So, Alexander the Great has nothing to do with the story of Dhul Qarnain. Who was he then? Allahu A'lam. People, if you look at the books of tafsir, they give all of these stories, and really in the end of the day, these are simply Islamic legends. There's no shred of evidence in the Qur'an and Sunnah, and the more details we go into that are unnecessary, the more trouble we put ourselves into. Let's stick with the Quranic story, and don't go too much into the details that Allah did not care to tell us about, because they're not relevant. So, Allah says, we gave him power, and we gave him a way to all places, meaning he had an army with him, and he could march to any land that he wanted to. He had the qudra to go wherever he wanted to go. So, فَأَتْبَعَ سَبَبًا. His army goes and follows away. They're going and following in one location. حَتَّى إِذَا بَلَغَ مَغْرِبَ الشَّمْسِ. When he reached the setting place of the sun, meaning he reached the westernmost lands imaginable. And some have said this is China, some have said Samarkand, some have said Azerbaijan, whatever it might be, he reached some type of lands. Allah knows where the sun sets, very far in the lands. حَتَّى إِذَا بَلَغَ مَغْرِبَ الشَّمْسِ وَجَدَهَا تَغْرُبُ فِي عَيْنٍ حَمِئَةٍ. He found that the sun was setting in, there's two recitations here. عَيْنٍ حَمِئَةٍ means cloudy water, and then there's another qira'ah, عَيْنٍ حَامِيَةٍ, boiling hot water. And both of these are valid. So it was a strange type of lake. It was not a regular lake. It was a lake that was muddy and very hot. And some have said this might be lava or something of this nature. Allah knows best. It was something different rather than regular water. It's something different. عَيْنٍ حَمِئَةٍ وَوَجَدَ عِنْدَهَا قَوْمًا. And he found over there a group of people. قُلْنَا يَا ذَا الْقَرْنَيْنِ. We said, O Dhul Qarnain. Now, somebody can say, Allah is saying He is speaking to Dhul Qarnain. This means Dhul Qarnain must be a prophet. And the response is no. The phrasing does not necessarily indicate this. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can speak in different ways. Direct speech, you become a prophet. Indirect speech in Arabic is called ilham. And ilham is given to non-prophets. One example of ilham is the mother of Musa. Musa's mother is not a prophet, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave her ilham. that she should do this to Musa, and that is to put him in the little, if you like, cradle or the ship that was made by hay, and the basket, and to throw it into the river. Where did she get this from? Right? Allah says, we told her. Meaning how? Through ilham. And also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, we said to the mountains. Mountains don't become prophets. Allah says, we said to the bees. Bees don't become prophets. So speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only makes the recipient a prophet when that speech is direct, when it is heard. A direct speech from behind a curtain, or revealed through an angel. As for indirect speech, which is called ilham, this does not make someone a prophet. So this could be ilham. And there's references in the Qur'an to this. So we said through ilham, O Dhul Qarnain, you have two options. Meaning, it came to Dhul Qarnain's mind, I have so much power, what can I do with these people? I can either punish them, or I can be good to them. And this is what every king, when they conquer a new nation, they have this option. So Allah is demonstrating what is the nature of Dhul Qarnain. He had the option of massacring, of killing, of being harsh, and the option of being good. So what did he do? Dhul Qarnain said, قال أما من ظلم فسوف نعذبه ثم يرد إلى ربه فيعذبه عذابا نكرا. Whoever has done wrong, if he is a criminal, a murderer, a rapist, this person, we will punish him. And we will give him what is due to him, and then Allah will punish him even more in the next life. وَأَمَّا مَنْ آمَنَ وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا. But whoever believes and does good, فَلَهُ جَزَاءً الْحُسْنَى. He shall have the ultimate reward, which means, of course, Jannah. وَسَنَقُولُ لَهُ مِنْ أَمْرِنَا يُسْرًا. And as for us, we will be gentle and easy with him.